Our next guest is a writer and actor who recently won an Emmy for his portrayal of Roy Kent on the critically acclaimed series Ted Lasso. The second season finale is available to stream this Friday on Apple TV+. Let's take a look.
Big man Roy Kent?
No,
Come on, man. Why won't you coach me?
because you don't deserve it.
You're right, I don't deserve it.
And the way you play is dull and conformist.
It's true. I do play in quite a dull and conformist way.
And you're ugly. You're an ugly, ugly boy. With bad hair. Say it.
Please welcome to the show, Brett Goldstein. Hey, welcome. See, this is a real Edinburgh, first Edinburgh show energy.
Yeah, really. Hey, yeah. Thank you.
I am thrilled you're here.
I'm
I've
delighted
been,
to be here. Thank you for having me. Means
Such a
lot.
fan of your work, and to meet you in person is great. And, you know, I hope everybody knows at this point that you're also a writer on the show.
Yes.
And in a scene like that, it just must be so much fun to be in the writer's room, first writing something so funny, knowing that you then get to be the person who performs it.
I mean, I did write that scene, and the problem is I knew as I was writing it, this is going to cost Apple a lot of money because I can't do scenes with Phil Dunster, who plays Jamie Tart, without losing my and as I was writing You're an Ugly, Ugly Boy banner, I thought, this is going to take days. It's going to take days to shoot. You may have noticed there were less Roy Jamie scenes this season, and that was purely to save money.
Just to save money. They can't have you guys in a two-shot together. Or they got a lot of over the shoulders.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your Emmy.
Thank you very much.
You cursed when you won in
Yeah.
your acceptance speech, and this was
Proud of it.
something,
No regrets.
as you should be.
Yeah.
It's what the fans want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what the people who voted for you wanted.
They told me not to.
They did.
Repeatedly. And I
Okay.
kept
So
thinking,
this is in the run-up, they were afraid this might
a
happen.
few people said, if you win, don't swear. And I was like, why are you saying this? Like, now I'm going to do it twice. You know what I mean? Like, now... And the more you say it, the more... I mean, if they kept saying it, the speech would have just been... like, but, you know, it was a... Can I tell you this? This is... People keep saying to me, what was winning an Emmy like? What it was actually like is, it was very early in the show, and we were late. We were stuck in a queue. I'd never been to such a thing, and we're stuck in a queue with lots of famous people. And you're like, oh, famous people have to queue as well. We're in a like queue, and then suddenly we were told, you don't have time to do a red carpet. You've got to come because the show's starting. And we sat down, and it was all like, oh, what's this? And then suddenly it started. Cedric the Entertainer and a load of people started singing and dancing towards us, and everyone stood up, and all I was thinking was, oh, have I got to dance? Like, what is this? And then everyone said, I was like, I couldn't see where the cameras were. I was thinking, please don't make me a meme. Like, what is this? I was just so embarrassed. Like, no one told me they'd be dancing. And then I won an Emmy. So like, I was just spending the whole time thinking.
And so
thank God I
even
don't
when
have to
you were
dance.
giving your acceptance speech, was part of you still worried that you got caught on camera dancing badly?
just like looking horrified.
What is it like now, especially as I know you guys are working now on season 3.
Yeah.
How protective of you are you, I should say, of Roy Kent being the person who also plays Roy Kent?
The truth is, I try in the writer's room not to pitch a lot of Roy stuff because I love all the characters equally. But love them all. They're all my children. You know, I don't have a favourite. But sometimes I do find myself going, Roy wouldn't say that. And now I have an Emmy. Like, oh yeah.
So you bring it.
Yeah.
I think that one of the things, the journey, Roy's journey, that we all enjoyed so much was, you know, this incredibly gruff character, and especially in season 2, you see this really sweet side of him as well. You know, obviously you guys put a lot of care into that arc, but that must be a fun part of it as well. You're not playing someone who's one-dimensional.
No, I mean all the characters. Most of our time in the writers' room is spent discussing. Like, I think the aim of Ted Lasso, all the characters have. They start off, you hate them, and in the end, we'll make you like them.
Yeah.
Because everyone has a reason. Do you know what I mean? Everyone you hate has a reason that they're a dick. You know what I mean? Like, some people, it's very hard to find that reason. And that's the real challenge for most of these people.
I feel like you made it particularly hard on your friend Phil. You've given him the hardest journey.
Yeah. I stand by it. It'll be fine.
So we were talking backstage. Brendan Hunt, who plays Coach Beard, he and I and Jason and Joe Kelly, we were all in Amsterdam around the same time. We all fell in love with soccer at the same time. I apologize that I'm not calling it football, but of course we have a football here, a football that you are not, you're not falling in love with the same way that Brendan and I fell in love with your football.
I feel like anyone, you're all going to hate me now. A, you call it football, but you use your hands.
Yeah.
So what, exhibit A, what are you doing? B, what the is going on? I've watched the Super Bowl 5 times. It stops every 3 seconds. Then there's an advert. Then something happens. Then there's a chat and mics, people talking. Like, just play this. What's going on? And I'm like, Americans must be genius because I've watched it fight. I still have no idea what is happening.
Yeah.
It looks like everyone has worked out a lot, and good luck to them. But like, what is the sport? And then I went to a baseball game, and I love baseball because of the baseball films.
Yeah.
But what I realised is in baseball films, they cut out all the game shows and the adverts. Like, it's an advert every minute. People brought on the field to fire a T-shirt at you. And then the worst thing with all American sports is at some point, at any point, you're in danger of being put on camera and you have to get off with the person next to you. Like, it's not safe.
Yeah, it's true.
In a time of Me Too, we shouldn't be having kiss cams. Oh, I've got to...
These are all very good arguments. It's very hard to defend.
I'm so sorry. But listen, I'm sure something's going on. I just don't get it.
So I think everybody would just feel very confident in assuming that the best work you've done over the past 2 years is Ted Lasso. But you would disabuse them of this notion. You've done better work.
Better work.
Yeah.
During lockdown, we all do things. There was a point where I thought maybe one day I'll have to delete all of this because we all went mad in lockdown.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't want the evidence of what we did in lockdown out there. But then I'm thinking, no, it's part of my art. During lockdown, I made a 12-part reality TV show called Lone Island.
Yeah.
About a man who goes on a dating show, but because of COVID, no one else goes on with him. And he ends up falling in love with a plant and a football and a mop. Yeah, and as this series went on, my hair got longer. I look madder.
Here you go. See, this is, I guess, on a date now with the ball. Yeah.
With Ball, and I got so into it, and I wrote like a proper season arc, 12-part season arc. It's like Ted Lasso. At the beginning, you're like, I don't know if I like Plant, and in the end, you're like, Plant had her reasons. And and I remember like editing the finale, the season finale, and I was crying, and I was like, you have lost your damn mind.
Well, that's good. That is now, I think a lot of people, Ted Lasso season 2 is coming to a close. There's going to obviously be a gap until season 3. I think anybody could go find Lone Island and fill that gap.
And have me sectioned, I think.
Hey, it's really a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
The second season finale of Ted Lasso is available to stream this Friday on Apple TV+.